morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Way Outdoors. It is 2023 and I am out on another adventure. Today's trip has taken me to Arches National Park near Moab, Utah, right at about 7:30 a.m. and I'm going to be climbing to Delicate Arch and just kind of checking out the park in general. The famous Delicate Arch. Very popular hike. We're going to be going up to the arch, kind of follow up some slick rock. So headlamps going up that way, and it's kind of at the top of that. So Utah this year got a ton of snow, so that's all going to be melting off now, and a lot of these canyons have had a ton of water. So we'll see what this weekend looks like down here. Cool valley. It's my first time in Arches, so hopefully going to get a couple day hikes in today. I'm hoping to do the Primitive Trail, which is a kind of longer trail. I think it's about an 11-mile trail, kind of on the further reaches of the park. Again, this is my first trip of 2023. I originally was going to do a trip down in the Grand Gulch over on Cedar Mesa, but temperature's going to be pretty low. There was snow chance, a lot of wind, so I don't really want to be down in that canyon. I'm going to do some day hikes around Moab and Arches, play some disc golf, I think, and just kind of car camping. So there were some other guys who kind of went up this little drainage here, and I wasn't even looking at my map, but I think I just beeline up this slick rock. This place is dope. Cool striations. So this is pretty sweet. You kind of go along some slick rock and then get to the backside here and then kind of walk this ramp. Gonna start heading up towards the arch. There's actually a little arch out that way too. Down, kind of looking north from where I'm at. So here's the scene at Delicate Arch. Handful of people here, but it's a beautiful morning. A lot of people up here now. Probably been up here about a half hour, but I think I'm gonna head down. Cool morning at the clouds, the LaSalle Mountains in the background there. So I want to say that, you know, a lot of people give hate to popular places, but everybody else just wants to see it too, and that's why there's this many people. Well, made it back down the slick rock. A lot of people, these two gentlemen are very nice, from Detroit, and they're just really enjoying it out here, saying hello to everybody, and just good vibes. A lot of people, but all good vibes. Love it. So just after the parking lot, there's a petroglyph site. I got these markers, so I'm not going to get any closer, but pretty cool panel. Some antelope or people on horse too, which is interesting. Just about back. What a cool morning. These clouds are making for some great shots. Alright, so I have parked and gonna head down to the trailhead over there. Gonna do the Primitive Trail. It's got a handful of arches. A lot of people here, but it should be a pretty big loop, so maybe there'll be some less people out there. At the Devil's Garden Trail, this is the start of it. Cut through these rocks. I think I'm gonna do this whole loop. Coming up on Landscape Arch. It's just over there, real thin guy. I'm sure this will fall at some point, so it's kind of cool to see it. Then there's another one behind it. Haven't even looked at the map yet. I feel like it's called Peekaboo Arch, which would make sense. So there's the split landscape arches right there, and this is the split that starts the loop. I'm going on the right path that is a little bit less traveled, and then I will loop back to that spot I was just at right now. So we're gonna loop around. It's about 4 miles round trip, and Get to see some cool arches. That is awesome. I'm so glad I came out here. Same for cold temperatures, but with the snow behind me, the clouds, the red rock, the blue skies, the green of all these trees. This is just beautiful. Looks like we're walking in this wash a little bit. So today's arch beer is Outer Range. They're up in Frisco, Colorado. I have Mountain Magic. It's a double IPA, 8.5%. I think it's a hazy. They make a lot of hazies. And I'm standing under Primitive Arch. And I've got this place to myself right now. Pretty sweet. Ooh, nice echo. Yeah. That's tasty. All right, I am here at Private Arch. I've been calling it the Primitive Arch. We're on the Primitive Trail, but this is called Private Arch, and you can see why. It's right at the end of this canyon, and it just dead ends, and you wouldn't really know it's here unless you come around this corner and check it out. So. So I've been hiking along since Private Arch, kind of on the backside of the loop. I'm going to meet up with an intersection with Double O Arch, which is that way, and then another feature called Dark Angel, which is going to be that way to the west. It's a giant spire. Weather's looking a little iffy, but it's been a great hike. Really cool. Yeah, this weather's pretty dark. So I'm gonna just go a little bit further. I can see right up there. But I got some views looking west, which is pretty cool. All right, check this out. Looking at Double O. It's the LaSalle. Looking back towards the heart of Arches and Moab. This westward view. I was going out towards the Dark Angel, heard a huge thunderclap. It lightly snowing, so I turned around. And it's Double O Arch. Starting to get some snow flurries. Better on the camera than the rain is though, so I'll take it for now. Quick little detour to Black Arch. You can see through the arch and the black wall behind it. Shadowed. Pretty cool walking along this little spine. So the snow's starting to come down. That's looking west the way it's coming. It's getting thicker, so I want to get off the slick rock stuff. And this is the scene. It's where I came from. The hail's starting to get bigger. Some nice hail. Alright, the snow's getting a little thick, so I'm gonna put the camera away for right now. I just gotta make sure I can get down. I don't know if there's a lot more slick rock or anything, but now the whole ground is covered in snow pellets, so it'll be slippery. So I still got over a mile, so I just need to get closer to the trailhead before I can film some more. So let's go. This is pretty cool. Might be a little slippery, but it's still pretty cool. I would say this is probably the crux. Since it's snowing, it's really slippery. This couple down here has a baby on their back. So they just came down this very steep part. And in the snow, this is a little daunting. So as you can see, that little move right there was kind of difficult with the slipperiness here. Right where that group is with the yellow and the blue, it was really steep, and with the snow, it's questionable how your footing will be. So that was kind of the crux. Now we're heading down in between these fins, and snow's beautiful here. And then landscape arch and everything will be out here to the right. And there is landscape arch. So I'm just about back to the loop, the lollipop candy part of the loop. Let me head back to the trailhead. So I'm kind of regretting not seeing Navajo Arch and the other, but it was snowing really hard and I heard thunder, and with this metal tripod I don't want to mess with that. But look at this view now, like it's lit up behind it with snow, and this is just beautiful. All cloudy this way towards Moab and the LaSalle. So the camera might be a little smeared. I'm gonna clean it when I get back to the car, but I'm just about back, going through this initial little corridor. There's the whole kind of open basin before you start the lollipop loop. What a cool spot. Look at that background out there. Man, so cool. I'm actually kind of glad I'm not in Grand Gulch like my initial plan, because I would be in the canyon. There might be flooding even, and I wouldn't get these cool views when it opens up and there's blue sky and sunlight. So this is the way the path goes. That's going down towards the loop. That's going back towards the trailhead. I didn't come down this side path earlier, and it looks like there's a good view of an arch up here, and then there's another one down that way. So this is Tunnel Arch. I think that's probably Tunnel Arch, even though that's bigger. I mean, that could be it too, but there's two arches. Pretty cool. It's a big boy. Could almost get up there if it wasn't rainy. That'd be pretty sketchy, actually. There's actually a few more arches on the way out driving. I can pull off and I want to explore. So Sand Dune Arch, and then there's actually a whole nother circuit towards the beginning of the park. I can't remember what it's called, but a lot of people go there. It's before Delicate, and a lot of people go there just because it's close to the entrance, but I think I'm going to do those too. Yeah, it's 1:20, so I'm still going to be exploring around here. It's pretty sweet. I don't know where I'm going to camp. I think I'm going to get some firewood, camp south of Moab, and then tomorrow go to Natural Bridges and try to snag a campsite there. It hasn't been busy, they said, so. Now heading up to Pine Tree Arch, which I can see the arch is right here to the right. All right, I made it back, did the entire loop of the primitive trail. The only arch I didn't get to see was Navajo and Partition. So this parking lot is completely full. There's cars basically just going in circles looking for a spot, but I did not imagine this. It is the end of spring break, but it's snowing and it's cold, and there's no spots, which is crazy. There were so many when I got here. So hike complete. It's great. I'm gonna go look at the map and check out what else I can see on the way out here. So all right, so it's a little rainy, snowy out there. I've been filming. I hope my camera doesn't get destroyed in this, but I wanted to show you I have some lunch, and my lunch is, oh god, smeared together. It's Pablo's Pizza from Grand Junction. It is delicious. This one has mac and cheese on it, a Thai barbecue kind of sauce, jalapeno. This one is called the Italian Stallion, pepperoni, sausage, ham, ricotta cheese. It's ridiculous. So I'm gonna eat this right now with my face. All right, cheers. Cold pizza, arches, primitive loop. Pretty sweet. Oh. All right, here's the one with the barbecue and the mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, this is so good. And the jalapeno, and then there's mac and cheese. Do you see the mac and cheese? There is the mac and cheese and the jalapeno and the meats and the barbecue sauce. Dom? It's pretty absurd right now. All right, dank pizza, feeling good. Weather's choppy, but that's still sweet. I don't mind it. So anyways, I want to do a little summary of the primitive trail loop. It was awesome. You start from the parking lot, you kind of hike in through these narrow fins. There's a turnoff to the right where there's two arches, Pine Tree Arch and Tunnel Arch. I checked those out on the way back. They were worth checking out for sure. So from there you go straight. Then that's where you hit the junction and you can either go counterclockwise or clockwise. I decided to go counterclockwise, which is also more of the primitive route. The trail's a little less traveled, a little more soft sand, but it does connect around. So from there, kind of followed that through, got to Private Arch, which actually might have been my favorite of the day. It might have been the smallest arch, but it was really cool. I was down there by myself, had my Outer Range Mountain Magic beer. It's delicious. Really just, it was really special down there. It kind of echoed. It was this nice amphitheater down there. And then it was funny because right when I was leaving, a group of 3 came, a group of 4, a group of 2. I mean, it was just, there were probably 15 people down there, and I had it up to myself for nearly 30 minutes. So that was a special kind of place. So from there, Private Arch, went around, and then things open up a little bit, and you can see Dark Angel off to the right. I started down that path, but the weather was a little crappy. I heard some big thunderclaps, so I just turned around. I don't like carrying the tripod with thunder and lightning, so I came back. From there, Double O Arch is right there next to the turnoff for Dark Angel, which is really cool. Literally 2 big, well, a big and a small arch on top of each other almost. And then from there, the weather got really bad and started snowing more. I had to come down this ridge where a family was kind of stuck because it was slippery. You know, they were taking their time, and if you're not used to that kind of stuff, that's just the way it is. I'm glad they were safe. And then a family in front of them even had babies on their back in a little baby carrier, that was the crux of the trip right there. So for anybody coming wanting to do the primitive trail, right when you pass Landscape, if you're going clockwise, or the way I did it on the way back, you have to down climb it. It was kind of a little slick leg. In this weather, it could be a little hairy. And from there, you kind of circle back around, see Landscape again, and make your way out. On the way out now, there's a campground, Devil's Garden campground. I'm gonna pull into there and park, and then there's a loop you can get to Tapestry Arch and Broken Arch. And then on the way out, I'll check out Sand Dune Arch. It's actually lightening up, so let's go. All right, I made it to the Devil's Garden campground here, found some public parking, and I'm gonna go check out Tapestry Arch and Broken Arch. The weather's clearing, it's a beautiful, kind of cool storm, snow, rain, and now just the sun's gonna come out. I might even need some sunscreen, so gonna make sure my water's good, snacks, pack another beer I think, and go hit up the trail. All right, well that way takes you to Tapestry Arch directly, and then swings around to Broken, but I'm gonna start this way, do Broken, and then end up doing Tapestry last. So it's like a little 2-mile loop. If you can honestly look at that and tell me that is not beautiful, gotta get your head fixed. This place is pretty crazy in here. Pretty cool. So I just squeezed out of that little canyon. Open to use. So that's looking over at Sand Dune Arch. And then Broken Arch should be just right here around the corner. So here's Broken Arch. Nice big crack in the top. That's looking east, north. Cheers. All right, last arch for this loop is Tapestry Arch. We just saw Broken, so this one is 300 yards, and we got storms coming in again. So I heard some thunder. Just want to get to this arch, check it out, and then back to that junction we just walked past. my gosh, this is awesome. Look at this waterfall of snow. Leaving Tapestry Arch. Things look a little bit different than they did 20 minutes ago. I made it back to the car. That was about a 2.5 mile loop maybe. I am going to head out of the campground now, head over to Sand Dune Arch, and then on the way out of the park there will be some more stuff I can check out. Alright, we're heading up to Sand Dune Arch. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go deeper into this canyon. So I'm walking in very thick sand to get here. So I'm going to show you Sand Dune Arch, little arch here, but this is Sand Dune Arch, hidden right here. Another packed parking lot, but I'm headed to the windows. Turret Arch is up there, and then there's the north and south windows, so I'm going to check those out. So I've made it to the window. I think this is the south window. Not 100%, but I'm going to continue on. So that's looking towards Turret Arch. I'm going to head over there. It's amazing how once you turn a corner you can see more. So that's the south window, or north window, and that's the south. So I'll go check that out. This is Turret Arch. I'm guessing that giant spire turret. Pretty cool. It's clearing up again. Another storm, another clear. Made it to the south window. Pretty sweet here. My south window sour for today is Cricket's Dave's Sour Rosé. Clean 4.5%. Sour, light. It's cold as shit out here, but this sounds just right. And gosh darn, it's good. Cricket's Dave Sour Rosé. Yummy. Alright, I circled back around. There's the windows. The turret arch is behind me, and there's the parking lot. Alright, I made it back to the trailhead over there, and I crossed the road, and now I'm going to Double Arch and something called Parade of Elephants. Approaching Double Arch. Named for good measure. Alright, made it back to the car again. Got to Double Arch, which was pretty cool. And then Parade of Elephants. It was a cool feature that looked like two elephants walking actually. I don't know if I got video, but I got a cool picture of it. But they looked really cool. You had to see it from coming back from the arches, so that was pretty awesome. So yeah, I've pretty much seen almost everything you can see out here. There's some roadside attractions and things like that, but as far as hiking and arches, I've really almost done it all. So arches was cool. I got here early, like 6:15 a.m. It's a little bit after 5, so I think I'm gonna head into Moab. Get some cell service, go to City Market, King Super, and get some groceries, and then ultimately find a place to camp. I think tomorrow I'm going to head down south near Cedar Mesa, Grand Gulch that I was going to backpack, and I might go to Natural Bridges National Monument. This is a pretty awesome shot to look into the west. Might get some sunlight breaking through. Here's the rock. I'm out the La Salle Mountains turnoff. Got some sun blocked right here, and really cool storms over near Moab and de La Salle. But this is beautiful right now with this light. You can see way out there. There's the window I was at. Way out there. There's a balanced rock as well. Alright, I am in the back of the Subaru. I turned off a road about 20 miles south of Moab and got through some mud and found a place to camp for the night. So I'm just hanging out here listening to an emo playlist. And I mean real emo, not that. And don't get me started. I'm listening to a great playlist. Hunkered down here, had a beer, had my dinner, went to Gilberto's in Moab, and got a carne asada burrito and a chicken taco. So I ate those guys and enjoyed a beer and a little bit of whiskey. So feeling good. Nice and cozy in here. Shouldn't be too cold. I got like 3 sleeping bags, so I'm all set on that. And gonna head out in the morning, so I'll make my coffee here and hit the road, going to Natural Bridges tomorrow. So about an hour and a half drive, maybe 2 hours-ish. So today was great. Arches was fantastic. I hiked about 19 miles, did nearly every trail I could imagine, and saw, you know, a dozen arches, I would guess. So it was a great day. Fantastic. I even have a little bit of cell phone service here, enough to squeeze in some like text and a little call. But there's a couple of people hunkered down around here, single cars, and then there's a big group of people, off-roaders. The little mud stretch I went through was kind of iffy, but I made it, so I just gunned it. But I'm here in the morning. The mud should be a little bit less sloppy, so I should be able to get out fine. And this is going to be the end of day 2 of the trip. And I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning and welcome to day 3 of the trip. I'm camped out here south of Moab and had a really good night. I actually slept pretty well, and now I'm making some coffee. All right, it is 7 o'clock on Saturday, March 25th. I think all day yesterday I was saying Saturday, March 24th, when it was in fact a Friday. Camped here off a road south of Moab. Now I'm having my coffee and I'm going to hit the road. Today I'm going to be heading south towards Monticello and Blanding, and then from there I'm going to hook west and go towards Cedar Mesa Grand Gulch, where I initially had my permit, and I'm going to continue and go to Natural Bridges, which I've never been to. It's pretty far off the beaten path. I mean, not 4-wheel drive, but it is 2 hours south of Moab even. I'm going to enjoy the coffee, enjoy the morning, this brisk morning, and we will hit the road from here. Alright, so I made it through Monticello, which was extremely snowy, and down into Blanding right now. I just got some Wi-Fi at the visitor center and some info, and now I've made the turnoff going towards Cedar Mesa, Grand Gulch, and ultimately Natural Bridges is where I'm headed. Pretty cool. It's beautiful out here. A lot of snow. The skies are looking blue now, so we'll see how that's going to end up going down this descent right here, and then I'm going to pick back up onto Cedar Mesa, but I'm curious how snowy it'll be. I'm just going to see how long it takes. I think the longest hike in the park is 8 miles to be able to see all 3 bridges, and there's actually a ruin down there. I just need to get up and over here to Natural Bridges and see what this is all about. All right, well, I just stopped by the visitor center right here at Natural Bridges. Just made it in. So basically this place is kind of like a loop. You can see you're going to go counterclockwise. That's the way the road goes. A couple of these trails, specifically this top trail here and this unmaintained canyon stuff, there's going to be a lot of snow, tons of mud. So I might just do these little stop-offs, the bridge view right there, park, and then I might go to Sipapu Bridge, do that short little walk there, drive around, check out Kachina Bridge, and then down to Owachomo. I hope I'm not mispronouncing these names, but Looks pretty cool. And then on the way out back towards where I came, there's some other cool ruins. He gave me a very makeshift map. All right, I'm here at Natural Bridges National Monument. That's hard to say. Check out this Natural Bridge overlook, and there's actually a hike I can take to get to it. All right, I made it to the overlook for Sipapu Bridge. It's down there. It's pretty cool. It's big. This whole place is really cool. It's really hidden. You come kind of around Bears Ears. So, gotta descend 0.6. Looks like a video game. So switchback, stairs, a ladder, steep ladder. So this is a north facing slope, so I don't know how icy it'll be. Almost to the bottom. This is a big natural bridge. It really is. Very impressive. All right, made it down some stairs and ladders. Looks like one more until we get to the bottom of this guy. Wow. So check this place out. Here's the bridge. Pretty sweet. Nice beach sand area. Take one last look at the bridge. Cool little gully down in there. Kind of wish I would have walked this whole canyon. I would have been able to see all these. Instead, I'm gonna have to independently climb down to all of them. It's a good push back up here. 600 feet in 0.6 of a mile. Made it back. All right, I'm back from Sipapu Natural Bridge. It was a cool hike, about 600 feet down in 0.6 of a mile, so 1.2 round trip. Really cool down there. Reminded me of, you know, familiar canyon country. Cool to get down into those washes. I thought there'd be more snow and ice down at the bottom. I almost would have walked the whole canyon, the primitive trail through, but could have been wet. It would have been like a mini version of Grand Gulch. That was really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun doing the ladder and the stairs. Down at the bottom there's clear water, that beach sand, total cool vibes. I know there'd be cottonwoods down there during the summer, which is my favorite. On to the next. It looks like the next one is gonna be Horse Collar Ruin overlook. And then I do have a few more. We got a bridge, another bridge. Gonna go check out Horse Collar Ruin and go from there. So very cool. So this is Horse Collar Ruin. It's actually got two sections, so you can see down in there. Pretty cool. There's a really well kept building right there in the middle to the right of the big boulders. It's two perfect like circles with the windows in it, and then behind the boulders is a square kiva, and then there's also a couple buildings on the left side there. So also there's a whole nother section right there, hard to see, but you can see a couple windows, really well preserved. All right, so the overlook for the bridge is that way, but I'm gonna be heading down this way to the canyon floor. It's my first look at the bridge, I think, down there, and this creek's cool. White Canyon. You can see a almost like a waterfall down in there. There's a lot of water in here. Gonna be even more once this all melts. There's the falls. Wow, if it was a hot day, that'd be pretty refreshing. It's definitely not spring up here yet. It wants to be. Man, I love the bottom of a desert canyon with water. Pretty big natural bridge. Not as big as the first, but I'm not sure how flooded this place normally gets, but there's a lot of water in here. Pretty cool. This is a massive bridge. Alright, today's natural bridge beer is Sticky Hands Double IPA from Block 15. They're out of Corvallis, Oregon. Had one the other day and it's delicious. Alright, well that bridge was sweet. But I'm heading back. Drinking this Sticky Hands. And I gotta say, it's my second time drinking one. It's so good though. Like so dank and resiny and... Another great day out here. Let's take one more look at this incredible place. So that's the natural bridge. Some ruins down there somewhere. It's looking up canyon or down since the water's flowing that way. Just about back. Alright, I am back from Kachina Bridge. That took a little bit longer than I expected. It was supposed to just be 0.75 of a mile down to the bottom and then back, and of course I was going to check it out down there, but what a cool spot. And it's like a confluence of 3 canyons, and the bridge kind of spans over all of it. There's also some unmarked ruins, at least on the map they're unmarked. Really cool, found some old kivas, some corn cobs, and just a cool place. I mean, I could have spent a whole day down there. I wish that you could backpack here. This whole canyon system has so many ruins. There were ruins up on the shelves you couldn't get to, you know, and less people come here for sure. So it allows for some undiscovered and unmarked things, pictographs, ruins. They aren't on this map for good reason. I'm glad that they aren't. All right, the last of the 3 bridges, the shortest as well. Get down there quick and take a look. All right, checked out the viewpoint. Let's go hike down and see what this looks like. So this one's about 183 feet wide and I think just over 100 feet tall. Pretty cool. I gotta say, this one's pretty awesome too. I got down here in like 5 minutes compared to the other ones that took a little more time. This cool alcove with the icicles. It's pretty darn chilly. This one looks like a brontosaurus. I want to explore this place. All these canyons. You can't backpack here. This would be ridiculous. So this is cool. The arch is back around that corner, but I came over here looking for ruins or pictographs because they generally face southeast, but came to nothing. I could get down this little rock fall, but there's a shelf. But I saw that hole. It kind of almost looked like something, but that's just rock. Just been trucking up these steps. Almost back to the car. All right, the third and final bridge was a success. It was really cool. It was a really short walk to the overlook and the shortest to get to the bottom and actually underneath it. So really cool features down there. Yeah, it looked like a dinosaur to me. So I'm gonna head east out of the park and go check out some ruins. The Mule Canyon ruins and House on Fire. Pretty cool stuff that I've heard about for a while. So I really want to check out House on Fire. And then I'm gonna eventually find a place to camp. So we'll see. Let's get going. I had to pull over here. That's looking back towards Natural Bridges. Beautiful canyon system down in there. What a cool little tucked away kind of secret. That's looking west. That's great. And then, so Mule Canyon Ruin, it's an open Anasazi habitation site consisting of both above and below ground structures. This site was first occupied briefly in the Pueblo I time period, about AD 750, but the main occupation was during the Pueblo II and Pueblo III transition period, about AD 1000 to 1150. The readily visible L-shaped block of 12 rooms in the masonry kiva and tower were connected by two crawlways, tunnels. A subterranean pit house, dirt-walled kiva, and trash areas were also found. So I've made it to the trailhead for House on Fire. I'm going to be going up this canyon. It's about a mile. See what these ruins look like. See, now this canyon's completely different than what I've been in on this trip. It's a little tightened up, but the water's flowing and it's just beautiful. I'm keeping an eye out for more ruins and rock art, but I saw one couple right when I was coming in, leaving, and there was only one other car other than them, so I'm hoping there's one other group down here and they'll be on their way back. I'm kind of finished by the time I get there and I can explore the place by myself. Beautiful canyon so far. Well, I got my wish. I just saw the last couple that was up here, so for the next, whatever, half mile till I get there, and while I'm there, I know that I got the place to myself. Very well intact. Perched, facing the sun in a beautiful lush canyon. It's so awesome that I have these ruins to myself right now. I always try to just take deep thought and really try to remember what happened here in this history. I mean, I don't know how many people lived here, but I just get these vibes and these feelings. Whenever there's water going down a canyon too, I always kind of hear noises. I feel like kind of like shouting or whooping or hollering or something, and it's just kind of the way that water bubbles through streams. But right now, just with the vibes of this place, I just really respectful of the area. But let's go check this out. This place is just unbelievable. So if you come out here, please be respectful. Please don't touch anything or take anything, and make sure you just leave this as is for future generations and other people to enjoy. It's too special not to. Less and less of these are around as more and more people come out here, and you know, obviously I'm filming these, but I want people to respect it. All right, so I brought a beer along with me to the ruins, but I didn't want to disrespect the area by eating or drinking nearby. That can encourage pack rats and rodents, and they can come in there and kind of make a mess of the area. So I waited, but it is a delicious IPA. It's a collaboration from Abomination Brewing and Fat Orange Cat. Pretty funny name breweries, but they are out of North Haven, Connecticut, distributed by 12% out of North Haven, Connecticut, and should be pretty darn tasty. So let's see how it goes. Cheers. That's good. What a cool afternoon. Kind of wish I could hang out till the sunset at the ruins, but I got a place to be. This plant was really cool coming in, very green. Kind of looking like a little bit of spring up in here. This is absolutely one of my favorite places from the trip so far. I can just feel the history. I mean, I know that the ruin was back there, but the people just lived in this canyon. I mean, I just know that so much history happened here. I am just having good vibes out here. These canyons. Oh man, how cool. Last person in here. Don't think anybody else is coming in for the night. So I'm gonna cross this little creek here and I'll be back to the trailhead. And it's on. I think I'm gonna go find camp. There is one more ruin, but the guy said he wasn't confident I could get there because of the mud. I might go look. Probably shouldn't. But how often am I out here? All right. There we be. The last car. All right, so I'm gonna try this out. And they tell you to open the gate and then close it behind. Let's go see. All right, I am stoked. I am here at the Cave Towers Ruin Trailhead in all its glory in the basking sunset. And I'm the only person here. There's a four-wheel drive road that continues and it talks about camping, but nobody in the parking lot, and there's a fire ring over there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do this hike and just play it by ear, but I just might car camp out here, have a fire, just hit the road in the morning. I was gonna drop elevation and go back towards the wash before you go up to Blanding, but there are a lot of people there and this actually might be kind of cool. It'd be a little colder and windy, but I'm in a car, so let's just get this hike done first. Should be 0.8 of a mile round trip. Let's get it going. Last route of the day. It's getting cold. All by myself, I love hiking. All by myself, when no one else is walking, I'm all by myself. I gotta say, it's taken me 2.5 days, but I found a trail that I'm hiking all by myself, and I'm not mad about it. Beautiful out here. About to be that golden hour. Go check out some ruins. Should be there pretty quick. Have a campfire. Have a great night. Ran into some friends. This is what happens when you go onto a trail alone. I didn't even notice them. It's a big herd. Probably a dozen. Oh, there's more. All right, here's the gate. So there's a lot of open grazing areas in Utah. Make sure you lock their gates. That's one of the towers, I would imagine. Whoa. That is a cool canyon. Holy moly. Wow. So that's the canyon they look into. Jeez. There's one over there. I see. It's called Cave Tower Ruin. There is a couple towers. Wow, they would have such a good view. And then there's a grotto down there. But that looks like the most intact of all of them. I'm gonna go check that guy out. And this one right here. This one's still pretty good. So by these ruins is this weird unmarked grave. Kind of spooky. I'll be camping a quarter mile from this. So there's the first ruin I went to. There's creepy grave. And then I'm going to check out that last tower. I haven't been over there yet. I wanted to come over to these ruins, and then that one looks pretty significant too. It's pretty significant ruins. This was a giant building. The circumference is huge. There's a tree growing in the middle. Pretty cool. Definitely want to watch your step here. There's a little half wall there. I don't know what that's from. I kind of want to try to get down here. I want to go see what's in this cave. It's called Cave Tower Ruin. There's a cave. There's a tower. There's a tower. There's some towers. Alright, this is definitely one of the most intact of the towers. This canyon behind it. It's just glorious. The sun is setting over Cave Tower's ruin. Pretty cool. It's an awesome canyon. Awesome sunset. I could say awesome one more time. Alright, one last video here at Cave Tower Ruins. Taking in that sun. And I need to head back to the car and probably just camp there. There's the ruin. It's just awesome. Alright, it's going to be getting chilly really quick. So let's go. It's a huge herd of deer too. Let's see where they're at. Alrighty. Closed. Ooh, muddy. So that was a cool ruin. So back to the car. Should be, I don't know, like 0.3 of a mile. If I keep my mouth shut, I might see these deer again. There's a big old herd, so let's see if we can be quiet. The deer are still here. So I'm gonna have to pass them, unfortunately. Sorry guys. I know there's a lot of you. I gotta go, so sorry. I gotta come by. This guy's not budging. I gotta come by, dude. Sorry. Sorry. One last look over this beautiful desert. Sun's going to be disappearing pretty soon. Luckily, my car on the trailhead is right up there. Alright, making my way back to the trailhead just in time. The sun will be gone in 5 minutes. See what kind of night we're going to have. Glorious Utah. Got this parking lot to myself. This is Alright, let's go move my car around so one, we can block the wind. Alright, well it is 8 o'clock. I have made my camp and it is getting dark. Bed set up, got a little fire going. Just gonna relax, kick back and enjoy my night. So this is probably gonna do it for the end of the night. Fantastic day, natural bridges, checked out a house on fire and cave tower ruins. Great day. I'm gonna get an early start tomorrow, head into Moab and try to play some disc golf and then head on home. So nice to have a campfire here. It's pretty chilly, so I'm gonna have some dinner. Call it a night here. All right, good night.